And we welcome back Texas Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison. Howard Dean, I got to go to you first. The consensus survey for jobs tomorrow is about 100 to 125,000. If the actual number falls in that zone, I think your man Obama is a cooked goose.
I don't think so, Larry. Obviously, we'd like better numbers than that. A lot of it depends on the private-public ratio. Last month, we saw job numbers were not that great, except they were much better in the private sector, and actually the public sector went down because of all the problems the states are having. So it's going to be a pretty sophisticated analysis. And the truth is, right now, this is not what's going to determine the election. Right now, the biggest problem that Mitt Romney has is most people don't think that he cares about ordinary people in America, and he's got to overcome that battle before we get on to the jobless numbers.
All right, Senator Hutchison, welcome back. It was wonderful to listen to my friend Howard Dean dance around that question. But let me put it to you in a slightly different fashion. Is it still possible for these jobs numbers to produce a game changer? For example, let's say you get 200, 250,000. Is that a game changer, or are public opinions and voter preferences already locked in?
You know, Larry, I do think that it's locked in. I think that everybody knows, from anecdotal evidence to the numbers, that this is a flat economy, that we have been treading water for 2 years at least, and it's just treading water. And we are not seeing movement for the key reasons that Obamacare is looming out there, and small businesses and all businesses are saying, wait a minute, that's a huge cost. Plus the tax cuts that are going out of existence at the end of this year. And business people are saying, I can't invest because I don't know what my liabilities are going to be from government. And I think that's why it's flat, and it's flat no matter what happens, really, in the numbers that are being crunched. People don't feel good about this economy.
Howard Dean, there are roughly 20 new or increased taxes in Obamacare. You think that has something with this low consensus job figure?
Well, President Obama's got an ad up showing that Governor Romney raised taxes on 1,000 things in Massachusetts. I think we're getting into the overheated rhetoric season. I think we've been there for a while. I would disagree with Senator Hutchison about one thing. First of all, I don't think that the numbers are baked in for sure. I think people really aren't paying attention. I think that one of the reasons that Governor Romney is going to get away with all this, his spokesman said one thing and he said something else about whether this was a tax or not, is nobody's paying attention right now, especially this week. So I think things will get baked in around September when people really start to pay attention. But the real problem is, again, not the private sector. The private sector is adding jobs. It's the public sector that's losing. Now, jobs are jobs, and that matters. I think there are a lot of people who blame the Republicans for not passing anything, not passing the president's jobs bill, not passing anything, just basically the Republican leader of the Senate saying the only thing he cared about was getting rid of the President Obama. That is probably not going to help the Republican candidate very much. The other problem is that Mitt Romney has not had a positive statement about anything yet. People don't know what his program is because he doesn't seem to have a program. He keeps saying these things and they turn out to be very nebulous. So I think the campaign has not been fully engaged yet, and I don't think tomorrow is going to be a deal breaker for either side, no matter what the numbers are.
Senator Hutchison, you know, the distinguished former CEO Jack Welch actually had something similar to say with Howard Dean, that Mitt Romney does not have yet a clear message on how to improve the economy. Do you think that Jack Welch is right?
Well, first of all, let me say that he has a record of increasing jobs in Massachusetts when he was governor, and he has a record of knowing the private sector. He has a record of running the Olympics and getting it out of the ditch and making it a great Olympics in Utah. He has a record of performance. What people are going to be voting on when they go into that booth is the Obama record, and it is abysmal. The Obama record is nothing but more debt, more regulations, more taxes, is, and now a health care bill that is going to transform for the worse the greatest health care system in the world. We're going to be taking away the doctor-patient relationship. Eventually, we're going to have a government system, and we're going to be like Canada and Great Britain. Those are wonderful countries, but the one thing that people don't like about the way those countries run is their health care, because there's no capability to get the extraordinary care that we have in this country, and that's what Obamacare will drive us to do.
I hate to disagree with that, because I really think a lot of Kay Bailey Hutchison, but the fact is that Canada has a much higher rating among its own patients, and so does Britain, actually, than the United States healthcare system is. Both those systems have faults, but unfortunately, you cannot say this is the best in America, is the best healthcare system in the world. It's only the best healthcare system in the world for people who have insurance, and that the number of uninsured people is going up a lot because of the economic situation, because of course the Republicans are not interested in helping. I think Obamacare is actually, from the Republican point of view, a very good thing. Since he copied Mitt Romney, that's not a surprise. What this bill does is, the future of American health care is going to be in the private sector. And there were some, including me, who didn't think that was all that good an idea. But that's what's going to happen as a result of adopting this bill.
Let me just ask, I want to give Senator Hutchison the last word. What Howard Dean said is a politically potent and oft-repeated statement that Obamacare is copying what Mitt Romney did in Massachusetts. Briefly, Senator Hutchison, what is your response to that?
Well, he can't have it both ways. I do respect Governor Dean, but he can't have it both ways. Criticizing Mitt Romney's record in Massachusetts, which was one of creating jobs and taking a very small percentage of the population that was uninsured and trying to fix it with a state program. We don't have a minuscule number here that we're dealing with. We shouldn't tear down the people who do have health insurance and use that as a way to give other people coverage. What we need to do is create more affordable health care access, which we can do without tearing down the system we have.
I got to leave it there.
That's what Mitt Romney will do, and it's what he said he will do.
Seems to me just a few tax credits for some consumer choice across state lines and risk pools for those who are already ill. We don't have to take over.
I'm with you.
We don't have to take over 16% of the economy. And if we have 12 million people that need help, Howard Dean, you know what? In this great country of ours, I would just give it to them without taking over the economy.
We have about 50 million people need help. We probably have 12 million people in the state of Texas
We're going to have you
help.
both back again. I know should have opened that box, but I did.
I'm for Larry's plan.
Thank you.
Many, many thanks to Howard Dean and Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison. You're both